and Kayla, and we are going to do another short video for you today about a thought-stopping strategy for your toolbox that you can use with kids or people you're working with.
Yep.
If they get stuck on some of the negative thoughts and can't move past it.
Yeah, exactly. So like we had talked earlier about automatic negative thoughts and using pats to try and stomp those out. If somebody can't get to those pats, what that could mean is that could be that that negative thought train is just rolling in that negative direction, and they need something that's going to stop that progression of thinking before they can start going in the opposite direction. So that's when we would use the stop sign technique. So what I would do with that is I will draw a stop sign, or I already have some that are already drawn that I can kind of just pull out of my desk real quick to show people. And we're going to kind of go through that today to kind of show you how this works. And we use that as a thought stopping technique. So today you're going to be what?
So I'm going to be playing the part of somebody who's Andy's working with, who's having some negative thoughts, and my brain just isn't stopping. I can't do it on my own to get those to stop, to get to a better place to think about positive thoughts.
Yep.
So I need some help, Andy.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a stop sign, and I want you to do your best to try and remember it.
Okay.
Okay. So here is the stop sign, and I'm going to give her between 5 and 20 seconds. And Kayla's pretty good at this stuff, so I'm going to give her probably about 15 seconds to look at this. And then we'll go from there. So you think you got it? All right, boom.
I hope so.
There we go. Okay. So after somebody's had that 5 to 20 seconds, and again, it may be more, it may be less. You got to kind of judge based on how you know that person and their recall. And then what you would do is you'd engage them in a distracting conversation to try and make it a little bit harder for them to remember it. So it could be things like, hey, what are you going to have for lunch today? Because I'm not sure what I'm going to have for lunch today, so I'm wondering if I can get some ideas from you.
A Caesar wrap with croutons.
Oh, that does sound pretty good. Nice, cool. And what else? You got any big plans for later on today or anything like that?
I'm gonna go pick out some more scarves. I just got this one and I like it, so I'm gonna get some more before they're out.
Cool, awesome, looks really good. So you do that until you think that enough time has gone by, and then you quiz them with, hey, what do you remember about that stop sign?
I remember that the words on it said, hey, stop that. Hey was at the top, stop was in the middle, and that was at the bottom. I think the top one was kind of a rectangle shape, and I think it was red. And the left side was yellow, I think, and it had more curve. The bottom was zigzag, and the right, I think, was curved too.
Okay, all right.
Right.
What colors?
I think the top was red, the side was yellow, the bottom, I don't remember, and the right side, brown maybe.
Okay, all right.
There were some exclamation points, I think, after the word that.
How many?
2, I think. I think they were red or brown, that kind of shade.
All right, cool. Anything about those exclamation points that stand out for you?
I think one of them was smaller than the other one.
Okay, which one?
The second one.
Okay, cool. Any other things that you remember about it?
The word stop, each letter was written differently. I don't remember the colors, but I remember the P was like a block letter and it was colored in.
Okay, cool. How about the O? Do you remember what type of letter was that?
I think it was just a regular letter.
Okay, all right, cool.
I don't know.
About the T?
Whatever marker you used wasn't working well because it was fading.
Okay, so it's fading, nice. How about the S?
It was a big S.
Big S, all right, cool. Any other things that really stand out for you about?
I think the last thing was there were some squiggly lines at the top near the word hey.
Okay, what color were those squiggly lines?
Orange.
Orange, okay. There were some straight lines in there too. Where were those?
I don't know.
What color do you think they were?
Yellow.
Yellow, okay, nice, cool. There were some brown things in there too. Where was the brown? All right, cool. So when people are like, oh, I don't know, or they're really struggling to remember stuff, that tells me that, okay, cool, now they've remembered that as best they can, And then what I will do is I will show them the stop sign so they can kind of check their work. But when I do that, I don't give them that full 20 seconds again. It's very, very quick because I don't want them to be able to remember it, memorize it even more. So I dropped it, so I'm going to disappear, grab that. So here's what it looks like, just like that. So got some things on there.
Right about the T.
That's right, absolutely. And what's really important is you don't correct them right off the bat. You just let them kind of go and go and go. And then after they've done that, now you can ask them, hey, let's come up with some pats now. What are some positive things that you got? And I may not, depending on how much they're struggling, I may not remind them yet of what their ant is. I want them to come up after they maybe rattle off 4 or 5 pats, and maybe only one of those pats correlates with their ant. Then I might say, hey, cool, those are some great pats. One of those had to do with that ant of, here's this, let's come up with some other ones. They kind of go that way. So that's how I use the stop sign. And it doesn't have to be really colorful like this one. You can just do different shapes and different letters and everything everywhere and just kind of ask them questions, a lot of open-ended questions, a lot of, I try to use humor too, like, are you sure? Is that your final answer? Things like that to kind of maybe try and get things, the mood to kind of ease up a little bit.
It makes it more engaging too, I think, when you do that. So when I've done this with students before, I use questions like that too to try to help them. It's a fun activity too. Like it's engaging because you're trying to use your memory. Like, oh, I want to remember everything. I want to get the right answers and stuff like that. But there's no harm if they don't remember it either. And students who I've done this with at school, they usually really enjoy it and they kind of look forward to doing it. And some of them will even ask for it if they're having a hard time stopping the thoughts, which is great that they can recognize that about themselves. It's huge progress.
Absolutely, that's huge.
Another thing about this is you don't have to be a counselor to do this activity.
That's right.
You can share this with parents, you can share it with your teachers at school, and they can do it with a student who's having a hard time stopping some thoughts and need some help to then move on to something more positive and be successful again. Yep,
absolutely. The way I think of it is that if their train of thought or thinking is kind of going in one direction, you want to interrupt it.
Right.
Here's a really easy way, quick way to kind of do that.
Yep, and it costs nothing. You need paper and something to write with and color with, and that's all you need.
That's right. Excellent.
So hopefully this is another tool for your toolbox that you can use, and
and let us know how it works. Comment below, let us know. And if you guys can tweak it for us, let us know too. That'd be awesome. So, any other things you want to leave folks with?
Work what works for you.
And leave the rest.